Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. S.J. Poor here from Little Face Brewing, and amongst all of his brewing stuff, giving you just a slight, little tiny bit of an update of the 2016 S.J. Poor Challenge Finals. What I did today was finished packing up a box that has more miles on it than probably any other box on the planet. We learned a valuable lesson through this round of shipping. The shipping has been actually pretty fantastic all the way up until the final round. Jonathan had a little bit of issues with his packages going out, and I had some issues with my New Zealand packages going to New Zealand. Short story behind it: package sent out, sat in New York for 9 days. Finally left New York on its way to what I thought was New Zealand. Made its way to Dubai. Yeah, that's not New Zealand. And then went from Dubai to Auckland. And I'm like, yes, man, this package, okay, it got hung up for a little bit, but it made its way over to where it's supposed to be. And then the very next day, I do a track, hoping to see that it's made its way to the New Zealand hub, and lo and behold, it's back in New York, USA. And the very next day, it's in Harrisburg, and then back in York, Pennsylvania. And I went and I picked the box up this morning. So I was expecting to see the box completely destroyed. That wasn't the case. Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. S.J. Poor here in his truck. It is Wednesday morning, and I'm on my way down to the post office to pick up a package. Now, this package has had quite the history. It shipped out of York, got to New York fairly quickly, and then proceeded to get stuck in New York for 9 days. Then it finally got on a plane, departed the United States, and headed towards New Zealand, which it ended up in Dubai for some reason, but then departed Dubai after 2 days and made its way to New Zealand. It made its way the whole way to Auckland, literally miles and moments from its final destination, when the very next day I see the package back in the United States. No idea. So it took it 2 weeks to get to New Zealand. Actually, probably a little better 2 weeks to get to New Zealand. And it took it 2 days to get back to York, Pennsylvania. Fantastic. I packaged this rascal pretty good. Why it's coming back is beyond me, but we're going to find out. We're going to find out. So, this is a new one. So apparently, even though wait a second, let me get out, going in the right direction. The box actually looks in great shape, which I figured, because like I said, this was a good box. As a matter of fact, when I re-ship this, I'm not even going to open it. I'm just going to stick this box inside of another box and ship it back out. Now get this, the reasoning that this thing was shipped back was because it was I had it marked down as yeast. Okay. Well, we're going to be changing that. I don't know what the hell I'm going to call it. I'll think of something. I'll ask the fellas what's a good one to use. But the airline actually rejected it because it says surface. What does it say here? There we go. Surface transportation only. So the airline rejected it. However, this package flew to Dubai and then flew from New York to Dubai. From Dubai to New Zealand. The airline rejected it because it needs to be ground transportation only, but chose to put it back on an airplane and ship it back to the United States, when by that time it was probably already on the ground. All right, figure that reasoning out. I have no idea. So I don't know. I'm at a loss. But we'll try it again. Like I said, I'm not even going to bother opening this. I'm just going to ship it. The box isn't wet. It's not really that badly damaged. It's going back in the box and going back out. Good Lord. So there you saw the footage from me this morning. And the box was in good shape. Nothing wrong with it at all. Turns out, the old tried and true description of international beers as yeast samples did not work. So the Post took it upon themselves to put a little sticker on it that said, you'll get a kick out of this, that said ground transportation only, rejected by the airlines. So I can only guess that that actually happened in Auckland, New Zealand, where it was already at its country of destination, which means from that point it could have very easily went ground transportation onto Mr. Grant Baker. However, they took it upon themselves to put it back into an airplane and fly it across the pond back to New York City, USA, in the air and back to me. So I got the box. It was actually in really good shape. Repackaged it, redid everything, and it's going back out tomorrow morning. So yes, we are behind on the finals for the challenge. Shipping was a nightmare. Note that down. Next year we're going to give ourselves at least 2 months for the international shipping, just so that we can cover all the bases, so that we have everything under control. Because that was a nightmare. So that's that. The finalist beers in the U.S. are the last beer arrived to that finalist today. So the 3 in the U.S. got their beers. I do believe the UK, Europe stage, those guys probably got their beers or will be getting their beers very shortly because he has everything. New Zealand guys, my apologies. You're a little bit behind. Not your fault. It's a victim of circumstances. So I believe what we're going to do is go ahead and have Grant go ahead and send out the beers that he has. When he gets the U.S. beers, we'll ship those out then to you. That way you can go ahead and get started, and we can finish up the 2016 SJ Pour Challenge. Brew a session of beer for a thirsty world. And we can crown the world's best home brewer. Indeed. Now, with that said, we're already talking about the 2017 SJ Pour Challenge. we're going to do some changes this year. We're going to make it a little more economical for everybody that wants to be part of the challenge. We got some pretty cool ideas that I think will interest brewers across this globe and make it pretty cool. So stay tuned for that. We're going to start pushing that out to y'all here real soon. And stay tuned for the reviews of the finalist beers. And see just what these homebrewers are doing across the world to become the world's best homebrewer. I'm thinking 2017, if we do what I'm thinking, which I'm going to really push this idea, we're really going to crown the world's best homebrewer. Just think about that for a minute. Old SJ's got the wheels turning. Alright, I'm out of here. I am drinking on the Red Hawk, the Marvel Red Hawk IPA. This is the first pour out of that keg, so it's a bit on the cloudy side, but she's tasting real good. This is SJ Pour from Little Face Brewing. Enjoy the fruits of your labor, folks. Brew beer. Brew wonderful beer. Happy Homebrew Wednesday to everybody. Cheers.